Putin, the greater Slavic state that he's trying to establish in the East, the puppet Donald Trump having to pay back his debts to Russia, and the Grandmaster plan of Vladimir Putin, which is to invade the Slavic nations of Eastern Europe, to establish dominance in the region, to establish a greater Slavic state. The one thing that's keeping Russia back from attack is NATO, investment in the West. Putin, it would be nice for Russia if NATO were falling apart and Donald Trump, the treasonous president, is trying to obstruct the NATO alliance, which is only going to provide more strength to Vladimir Putin. A 2% GDP guideline to contribute over to NATO. It is Donald Trump here that is here to weaken NATO in order to pay back his debts to his Russian overlords, the Russian oligarchs granted monopoly power by Vladimir Putin, these same people that Donald Trump owes debt to. We're talking serious madness here. A greater Slavic state and World War III in gematria equals 71. As I've said before, there's 170 days between Adolf Hitler and Vladimir Putin's birthdays. Putin is going to be the modern day Hitler. What's interesting is that NATO was founded on April the 4th of 1949, Elizabeth Warren's birth year. 71 years from its foundation would be 2021, Warren's first year in office, when I'm predicting the assassination that happened of Donald Trump. 71 days from April the 4th, the day that MLK was killed, April the 4th, to June the 14th, Donald Trump's birthday. World War III in gematria equals 71, a greater Slavic state, and Trump's debt to Russia, which is going to be World War III. And a fucking retarded America cannot see that Donald Trump only does business to Russia, that he's completely beholden to Russia, that he has tons of debt that he has not paid back to both Russia and Wall Street alike. But there's no Russian collusion. Never mind that 25 people got charged, and we already have 5 plea deals already, and all these people in Trump's cabinet with Russian relations. Is this normal? What sense does it make to weaken NATO, to make our allies prone to attack? Only a fucking retard would be okay with what Donald Trump is doing, because America is indeed dumbing down and electing stupid leaders like the days of ancient Rome. President Trumpski started World War III, all equal 84 in gematria. The Russian phrase, World War III, Marovaya Vojna 3. World War III in Russia, thanks to President Trumpski. World War III in Russia in gematria equals 84 and 228. Likewise, it is not only World War III in Russia equals 228 and 84, but in gematria, to practice coin letters and words into numbers, it is United States of America that equals 228 and 84. But look at this. World War III 141, Putin's war. President Donald Trump's debt to Russia. Vladimir Putin's bitch is Trumpski. The country he owes debt to, the oligarchs that he owes debt to. Trump's debt to Putin, keep this in mind too. Trump's debt to Putin equals 73 in gematria. It is World War III that equals 73, and the reflection 37. Weaken NATO thanks to Trumpski. It's all cover up. Trump's collusion. It's all big giant cover up. Trumpski and Putin 73 in gematria. World War III 73. This is what's happening here, is that the elites have to build up Russia so Putin can attack the East. This is why Trump is here to weaken NATO. He's a puppet of Vlad. He's going to give Russia what it wants here. To beat NATO, you got to weaken it, and you got to weaken America economically, which is why the puppet Trump is waging economic warfare against China like the true lunatic he is. because it's Putin that wants power. He's going to get the power from his backers, the Zionist bankers. Trump owes debt to the Zionist bankers. The Zionist bankers do know that since Donald Trump owes debt to Russia, and Russia itself is owned by bankers too, the bankers put Donald Trump in power, so they pay Russia, but they're help funding both Russia and America alike, because it is geopolitics. It is the deep state that is owned by the Zionist bankers. Donald Trump and Putin are puppets of the deep state. Putin wants power over his influence in Syria and to make America collapse from within thanks to an outside foreign agent. President Trump equals 72. Now, I'm predicting Elizabeth Warren to be president by this time. The amount of time from the day NATO was founded that Trump's trying to weaken to June the 22nd, when you include the end date, that's Elizabeth Warren's birthday, by the way, leaves us with a time span of 80 days from the day NATO was founded to Elizabeth Warren's birthday. Who started World War III equals 80? Well, I know the answer to that question. The answer to that question cannot get any more obvious when the time comes. Here, who started World War III equals 80? It is Putin that equals 80. He's going to invade Europe equals 80. Europe is under attack when NATO is weakened. Agent Donald Trumpski equals 80. Donald John Trumpski equals 80. So there's the answer. There's the answer to who's going to start, to who started World War III. It's Donald Trump being beholden to Russia. This is part of the grand Zionist plan to strengthen Russia and have Donald Trump pay his debts to the Russian oligarchs, who I'm sure receive money too from the same bankers. World War III started because of Donald Trumpski. Something that could come out of the book of Revelation, the stock market crash that's going to come. Trumpski hates America equals 230 because the puppet of the deep state is President Donald John Trump. And let me tell you, World War III World War III is not going to happen because of, Hillary Clinton is not in office. World War III is going to happen because of Donald Trump, because of the debts that he owes to Russia, and the fact that Putin's back in the far right in order to weaken NATO and whatnot, because that's what the Zionist bankers want, is they want invasion in the East. They want to be making money off of wartime loans, off of that interest, so they keep on accumulating even more wealth to themselves. War is a racket for the bankers. 71 days from the day NATO was founded, the Trump's birthday, 80 days, all of these time durations hold significant meaning. And you just take a look at 72 days, when you include the end day from NATO's foundation to Donald Trump's birthday, it really explains how Putin wants power, is to weaken NATO, and so he can create his greater Slavic state of Russia. And this explains his annexation of Ukraine, of Crimea, because Putin said that Ukraine and Russia are the same people. And history repeats itself again, where Hitler, with the justification of invading Austria and Czechoslovakia, that these areas were made up of predominantly German people. Ethnicism. Vladimir Putin annexes Crimea, invades Ukraine because, they are mostly Russian. So literally, history is repeating itself. The modern day Hitler can be explained due to astrology. There's no going to be, well, actually, we don't know if there's going to be any genocide at all during this war. But Putin, in his quest for power, is a lot like Hitler. He already warned NATO against closer ties with Ukraine and Georgia. He's got Donald Trump in here to weaken NATO in the West, so it's easier for Putin to attack the West. Practically the same people is how he described Ukrainians. think he said they were practically the same people. Yeah, that's what he said. Vladimir Putin said that Ukrainians and Russians practically one people. And if you type up Hitler of Austria, due to being predominantly German, that's history repeating itself. The Anclauss. The Anclauss and the annexation of Crimea, attempts to completely annex Ukraine for Putin, direct relations to the Anclauss for annexing areas of predominantly German-speaking people. But history is repeating itself. World War III in Eastern Europe. It is East, that equals 45. Interesting enough, Trump 45th president, the build-up to World War III would happen in the East. Putin's pawn equals 45. Agent 45 is Agent Trump equals 45. So that's what's happening here. A greater Slavic state Putin's going to want to establish to invade the West here. Weakening NATO, the puppet Trump is carrying out orders from above over at Russia and pretty much from the Zionists that are in control of both sides, Russia and the United States.